happy full moon of Taurus to all of you. Taurus is perhaps the most special full moon of the year. It is also known as Baisakhi festival or the festival of the Buddha. It is believed that on this day of Taurus full moon, Buddha was born. He achieved his nibbana, his enlightenment in Bodh Gaya on this particular date, and eventually he passed into afterlife also on the same date. So Taurus full moon is very, very special in all esoteric circles. Baisakhi is a festival that celebrates the wisdom and the teachings of the Buddha. It is also believed that Buddha comes back to visit humanity and appears in Mount Kailash in the Kailash Valley for about 8 minutes on the Taurus full moon. So therefore, Taurus full moon for me personally is perhaps the most special time of the year. As we could guess, since it's the full moon of Buddha, the clear virtue is the virtue of wisdom aligned with divine purpose. Wisdom is of various kinds. You could have esoteric wisdom, spiritual wisdom, personal wisdom, wisdom of relationship, wisdom of experience. But the wisdom that is aligned with divine purpose is essentially that polar north that you see from all the possibilities of the universe. What might I do that is aligned to divine purpose? So wisdom aligned with divine purpose is that aspect of inner knowingness, that wisdom that allows us to act consistent with the divine plan and the next step in the unfoldment of evolution of the planet and humanity at large. Wisdom aligned with divine purpose is the true evolutionary wisdom, and it is the seed of enlightenment. Enlightenment is actually this nurturing, growing, and greater unfoldment of wisdom aligned with divine purpose. The accompanying qualities of this full moon are resilient adherence to spiritual purpose. Resilient adherence means the capacity to continue to adhere to your spiritual purpose when the going becomes difficult, when there is adversity, when you have received a punch and you've been knocked down and you feel like nothing matters and nothing is possible, still getting up one more time. That's resilience, the capacity to be, the adamant consciousness. When you have resilient adherence to spiritual purpose, that means you do not give up on your spiritual purpose no matter what. See, spiritual purpose is by and large, if you realize it, is the highest purpose one can have in life. So resilient adherence is a very important quality that both Buddha embodied and we should all be inspired by. Love with discrimination is the next qualities. I have recorded different videos about what love is, so I will send it to them. But with discrimination means to love but know when my love is being hurtful to the other person. Protecting people from their learning lessons or their mistakes is sometimes not an expression of love. Letting people abuse you is also not an expression of love. So love with discrimination. Discrimination is the quality to be able to objectively see what is and what is not. Love with discrimination is very, very, very important in unfoldment of the true potential within you and your service. Alignment to truth. Alignment to truth means acting consistent with and aligned with truth. There is a saying we say that in the end, truth always protects itself. So if you're on the side of truth, if you're aligned to truth, you don't have to worry about survival. You don't have to worry about doing the right thing. The higher the shade of truth that you can align to, the greater sense of purpose, inner alignment, inner confidence you will experience. Illuminating consciousness with synthesizing will. Illuminating consciousness means having the presence that you've intentionally nurtured your consciousness that brings light. Not only internally, but light also that shines outwards into the world. That means when you walk into a room, the room becomes brighter. Brighter not as in luminous, brighter as in with the presence of higher consciousness, with the presence of wisdom in that room. And you have the synthesizing will. That means you have the capacity to see different points of view, different sources of truth, and synthesize them together into a more wholesome truth. True spiritual growth unfolds that you have an illuminating presence and you have the capacity to synthesize. These are very, very important qualities. And finally, the group consciousness. That means recognizing that the true spiritual path is always walked with a spiritual brotherhood or sisterhood, meaning thereby walking the path with fellow brothers and sisters of the path. being that wave that lifts the whole ocean together with you. So this perhaps is the most inspiring aspect of the full moon's teachings. I would invite you to use the Taurus full moon to immerse yourself in the teachings of the Buddha, the timeless life lessons that he has left us with. He was and he continues to remain the true embodiment of wisdom. And whatever wisdom? Wisdom which is aligned with the divine purpose and the divine plan. So I wish you lots of resilient adherence to your spiritual purpose. May you always embody love with discrimination. May you have and experience the alignment to the truth and the power that comes from it. May you be the illuminating consciousness that synthesizes the will of others through this alignment to the truth. And may you always have group consciousness accompanying everyone to grow on the spiritual path with you. Wish you a very, very happy full moon of Baisakhi.